Hi, it's Vic. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my ink blended sky backgrounds. So to start with, I have a piece of white card and I'm just going over this with some distress ink. So the sky I'm going to be making today is going to be a nighttime sky. So I've got my chipped sapphire and faded jeans. They're the blue inks, and now I've got my dusty concord, so I'm putting this in the middle of the card, and then I'm also going to go towards the bottom of the card with some worn lipstick, and the green ink is bundled sage. So they're the colours I've started with, and when I'm ink blending I start off with quite sort of light strokes as such, so I will build up the colour throughout the ink blending process. So to start with, it's going to look pretty horrendous because they're all different colours and it does take a little while to actually get them to blend together nicely. So I've got my Time for Tea Designs beautiful blender brush, so I'm using this, but of course if you have the sponge applicators they will work fine. And what I'm doing here, I'm just slowly building up the colour, so I keep putting my applicator into the sponge and then just gradually build up the colour. So I've gone over the purple and now I'm just building up the green. So again, I'm just applying this and building up the colours. That's one of the things that you will find when you're ink blending. If it's not looking very good, just keep going and just keep trying to build up the colours, and then you should be able to get them to blend quite nicely. So now I've got some walnut stain and I'm just adding this to the bottom of the card to start with, just to darken up that grass because it's a nighttime scene sky. So now I've got some black soot and I'm just ink blending this at the top of the card, and then I'm slowly bringing it down towards the edges of the card, and that's the ink blending done. Now I've got some white paint, so I've just added some water and I'm just making some little splatters to look like stars. Once I've done that, I'm just going to leave that to the side to dry, and I'm going to be moving on to my colouring. So for the colouring, I have the Magengo Santa's Mailbox. So these stamps are digital stamps, so I've just printed them out using the Crafter's Companion Nina Solar White card. So this is Copic friendly. So if you are doing your Copic colouring, just make sure that the card you're using is friendly, otherwise the inks will just bleed. So for the bear, I've used mainly E40 colours. These are my favourite colours to use when I'm colouring in bears because I don't like them too dark. So these colours work quite well for me, but of course use whichever colours you like. Or if you want to do some watercolouring, you can. Just make sure that the printer you have and the paper is going to be okay when you're adding water to it. So now I'm just finishing up my bear, and then I'm going to be quickly colouring in the Christmas tree. So I've only got 2 images for my card today because I wanted to make a card that is quite sort of simple to follow along, especially if you're new to card making. So you just do what feels right for you. So I've made this video just to help people that are just starting to get into card making. But of course, if you've been card making for a long time and they help you, that's fantastic. So now I'm just finishing the Christmas tree and I'm going to fussy cut these out. And also, if you do buy any of the Magengo stamps, you can get the cutting file with them too, so you can run them through your silhouette machine. So now I'm moving on to the sentiment. So I have this uniquely creative Merry Christmas die, and the glitter card I've got is just a basic glitter card out of Hobbycraft. So I'm not actually sure if they still have this because obviously we can't go around the shops at the minute, but you will definitely be able to pick something similar up online. So now that this is die cut, I'm going to be adhering this just using some PVA glue, and I have one of them little nozzles where it makes it so much easier when you're applying your designs, especially if they're quite detailed like this die. So I've just used PVA glue for this. Also, if you're using a glitter card that's quite thick, I always tend to put something quite heavy down on top just so it doesn't peel up, but this card isn't too bad. So I know some of the glitter cards I've used in the past are so thick they just tend to peel up, so just be cautious of that if you do have quite a thicker card. So now I'm just applying some foam pads to my images and some double-sided tape to my card base, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the pieces together. And then once my card's put together, I'm then going to go in with some more PVA glue, and I have this pick up tool, so this makes it quite easy to pick up the sequins. And I'm just going ahead and adding some sequins to the card. And then for the last touch, I've got some Nouveau drops. So these are the clear Nouveau drops, and I'm just adding a couple of these around the card. And that finishes up our card for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye.